Perhaps you'd like to elaborate on why you chose Tennessee Tech to have, to work and participate.
Well, I did not graduate from Tech. I didn't graduate from anywhere. I don't have a baccalaureate degree, but I've always felt close to Tech, and most of the children here go to school at Tech, and I just feel close to Tech. And Bob Bell is one of the best, in my judgment, the best university president in the state. And Dean Bagley is increasing the enrollment at the agricultural school every year, and we just want Tech to have control of these. We've wanted to do something to perpetuate this farm. This farm is a pioneer Centurion farm, which means to be the pioneer Centurion farm. It has to have been recorded since previous to 1796. And Gilbert Christian got this farm for services in the Revolutionary War, and the grant was dated 1792, and it's recorded here in the registrar's office of Overton County. We still have those books. It's amazing that they've lasted that long.
Yeah.
In the Civil War, the Overton County Courthouse was burned, with the Register of Deeds then, whose name escapes me, was there, and took all the records down to his house and hid them in his basement, so that when they rebuilt the courthouse, he had the same records. And of course, at that point, it was not Tennessee at all, it was North Carolina. And then the original grant was from North Carolina, the state of North Carolina, to Gilbert Christian. And then Gilbert, no one except the Christian family owned it up until, I have an uncle that ties back into the family, and then my grandfather, Vaughn, and my grandmother moved just over the hill there in 1898. They bought 125 acres from Mr. Christian for $300, and they paid $40 down, and I forget, maybe a few dollars a year with 2% interest till they paid for it. So that section has been in our family, just my grandfather, mother, and my brother, who's now deceased, and myself, for 111 years. The White House over there was built in 1902. But the Christian family, they came over from North Carolina, and where Kingston is now was called Christiansburg then. And because the Christian family came there, and they came on over here, and the original grant for this tract of land that we're standing on was 1,120 acres or something like that, and it's about the same thing now. And Mr. Christian Sr., they call him Big George, is buried on the farm, and you can see his burial plot over there. He and his wife and 2 or 3 of his children were there, and they were one of the few families in this county that had slaves, and the slaves were all buried just around them. And so there's a lot of history here. Mr. Christian actually bought more land from the Bethlehem Church this way, and the Cullums owned everything from the Bethlehem Church back to what is now Highway 42. And old Congressman Cullum was from Congress. He was the only native congressman that this county ever produced. And of course, Cordell Hull was from Overton County. He was, Pickett County was carved out of Overton County. And so Cordell Hull was born and a native of Overton County. And we had, I guess the other citizen we had was Judge Chatham, who practiced law and went on the Supreme Court. He wrote, he was kind of an interesting jurist. He wrote opinions condemning gambling and dueling, but wants to help educate children. A lot of children now, never work on a farm. They've never seen a cow and calf reproduce and that kind of thing. And I just think it will be a great experience, and it's a way for us to kind of perpetuate the farm. And we're excited about it, and I'd be glad, President Bell, thank you for coming up.
Well, Miller, obviously we are proud to be associated with you and JJ and with this farm. This is a landmark opportunity for the university. I don't think Dean Bagley or I ever dreamed of this kind of possibility for our students. So this is a historic day for the campus and a historic event for the future of students all over this region.
And Dean Bagley has lots of plans for this, and there's some other farms with this. There's about 1,700 to 1,800 acres, I think, altogether. And so this ought to provide a lot of opportunity for students for work experience. Dean Bagley, tell us what you have in mind.
It's so much to grasp. I still remember the first day we discussed this, and it was almost mind-boggling to think of all of the responsibilities, but also all the opportunities that were out there for students. And I'm always shocked at how many people are interested in this program now. We've gone from about 200 undergraduate students to about 280 this year, so it's been a huge increase in enrollment. A lot of discussion talking about that people can come out here and actually get hands-on learning experience. It's not just pictures of cows, and not just pictures of things, they actually get to do it out here. And I think we've got 5 students actually living here on the farm right now, and we'll have more in the future. I think one of the most impressive things to me personally is, because I've taught the class before, we have a class where students are supposed to get all this experience, and usually what would happen is that I would castrate a calf, and then the class would get to castrate one calf. Our guide castrated a calf, and then every student had to castrate at least 2 calves, and some of them many more than that. And that's the kind of experience that people just don't get in the state of Tennessee, because the university's gotten inside the city, the farms aren't accessible to them. But just the practical experience, and of course, as we talked about a little while ago, we're starting to produce, we plan on producing all the beef for the university campus from this farm through the cow herd up here. So we've got some unique opportunities, and students get involved in the selection of cows, the feeding of them, the processing, the packaging. It's all according to how packaging makes a lot of sense. We'll get students to get involved with that. We're also talking about having a little contest farm where they're going to name it, whether it's going to be Golden Eagle Natural Beef, or it's going to be Tech Pride Beef, or maybe some kids go with some better things than that. But we think we'd like to tie this whole system together, and of course it's got to start with the physical facility here, and it'll give some opportunities that we've got lots of people asking us about things like that. So we think it's a very bright future, and cannot believe how lucky and fortunate we are to have such good friends like the 2 of you to work with us on this.
Well, we're delighted to be a part of it.